Greetings, my dear friends. Welcome to Zeus's Storytime. I am Zeus, the Greek god of wisdom and adventure. Today, I will share with you a tale called The Birth of the Titans, Cronus, Rhea, and the Dawn of Greek Mythology, a story from the mighty Greek legends that teaches us courage and cleverness. Let's dive into the world of gods and heroes. Long ago, before there were mortals or Olympian gods, the world was a wild and wondrous place. The earth, whom we call Gaia, stretched vast and green beneath a sky so deep and endless it seemed to hold every secret. Gaia was the mother of all, her heart beating with the promise of life and adventure. Above her, Uranus, the sky, wrapped her in his shimmering blue cloak, filling the heavens with stars and dreams. Gaia and Uranus, together, dreamed of children who would fill the world with strength and wonder. From this powerful union, the first mighty beings were born, the Titans. These children were taller than the tallest mountain, their voices echoing like thunder, their eyes shining with the light of the stars. Among them were Cronus, sharp and clever, and Rhea, gentle and wise. There were others, too, Oceanus, who flowed like the endless sea, Hyperion, who blazed like the sun, Themis, whose wisdom was as deep as the earth, and many more, each with their own gifts and strengths. The Titans grew, exploring the hills and valleys, the rivers and forests of the young earth. They laughed and played, their footsteps shaping the land, their laughter rolling like distant storms. Yet, even as they grew, a shadow lingered in their hearts. Uranus, their father, was mighty and proud. He feared the power of his children, worried they might one day rise above him. So, he pressed them down, hiding some deep within the earth, their voices muffled, their dreams stilled. Gaia, ever-loving, felt her children's sorrow. She whispered to them in the darkness, her voice soft as moss, strong as roots. "Be brave, my children. The world is wide, and your time will come. Remember, even the smallest seed can break through stone if it is patient and bold." And so, the Titans waited, their hearts burning with hope and longing, their eyes turned to the light that filtered down from the world above. As the Titans waited, the mighty Cronus, the youngest and sharpest of Gaia and Uranus's children, grew restless. His heart was fierce and bold, and he longed to change the world. But Uranus, their father, was a harsh ruler. He feared the strength of his children and kept them bound, hiding some deep beneath the earth where their voices could barely be heard. This made Gaia very sad, and she called upon Cronus to act. One night, when the stars whispered secrets and the earth was still, Gaia gave Cronus a sharp, curved blade called a harp. She urged him to be brave and to free his brothers and sisters from their prison. With a heart full of courage, Cronus crept silently to where Uranus lay sleeping, the sky god stretched across the heavens. With a swift and mighty strike, Cronus cut away the power of Uranus, separating sky from earth. The heavens trembled, and the earth sighed in relief. With Uranus's reign ended, Cronus became the new ruler of the world. He married his sister Rhea, a Titaness as wise as she was kind. Together, they ruled over the earth and sky, their kingdom vast and powerful. Under their watch, the world flourished, and the Titans walked freely across the land. But even as Cronus held the throne, a shadow of fear grew within him. He remembered a prophecy from his parents, that one of his own children would rise up and overthrow him, just as he had overthrown his father. To stop this, Cronus made a terrible choice. Each time Rhea bore a child, Cronus swallowed the baby whole, hiding them deep inside his belly to keep his power safe. Rhea's heart broke with every child lost. She loved her children fiercely and longed to protect them. When it came time to give birth to their youngest son, Zeus, Rhea devised a clever plan. She hid away in a secret place and gave birth to Zeus in safety. Then, she wrapped a heavy stone in soft swaddling clothes and gave it to Cronus to swallow instead. Cronus, fooled by the ruse, swallowed the stone without a second thought. Meanwhile, Zeus grew strong and wise in a hidden cave on the island of Crete, cared for by gentle nymphs and the kindly goat Amalthea. As Zeus grew, he learned of his father's fear and cruelty. He vowed to save his siblings and bring a new age to the world. The time would come when Zeus would return to face Cronus, to free his brothers and sisters, and to change the fate of gods and mortals alike. When Zeus had grown strong and wise in his hidden cave, he knew the time had come to face his father, Cronus. With the help of Gaia's cunning and the courage in his heart, Zeus prepared a special potion. This potion would force Cronus to disgorge the brothers and sisters he had swallowed long ago: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. One by one, they emerged from Cronus's belly, alive and full of power, ready to stand beside their youngest brother. Freed at last, the siblings joined Zeus in a great and terrible war against the Titans. This battle is called the Titanomachy, a war that shook the earth and heavens for 10 long years. The Titans, led by Cronus, fought fiercely to keep their rule, their thunderous voices rolling like storms across the skies. But Zeus and his siblings were not alone. They released mighty allies, the Centaurs, giants with 100 arms each, and the Cyclopes, skilled craftsmen who forged Zeus's famous thunderbolts, Poseidon's trident, and Hades's helmet of darkness. With these powerful weapons and allies, Zeus and his brothers and sisters fought with courage and cleverness. The earth trembled beneath their feet, the seas roared with Poseidon's fury, and the skies flashed with Zeus's lightning. The battle was fierce and long, but slowly, the Olympians gained the upper hand. Some Titans, like Themis and Prometheus, chose to stand with Zeus, knowing that a new order was needed. Others, like Atlas, remained loyal to Cronus, leading the resistance with fierce determination. The war raged across mountains and skies, shaking the very foundations of the world. At last, after a decade of struggle, Zeus and the Olympians triumphed. The defeated Titans were cast down into the deep, dark prison of Tartarus, where they would remain for ages to come. Zeus took his place as the ruler of the gods, the king of Mount Olympus, his thunderbolts lighting the skies and his voice commanding the winds and seas. Thus began a new era, where courage, wisdom, and justice would guide the gods and mortals alike. But the story of the Titans and their children reminds us that even the mightiest can fall, and that change, though sometimes frightening, is the path to a brighter future. Though the Titans were defeated and cast into the depths of Tartarus, their story did not end there. The mighty Cronus, once a ruler feared by all, had taught the world much about power and the bonds of family. His reign was a time of strength, but also of fear and suspicion. The lesson was clear: power must be balanced with kindness and wisdom, or it will crumble from within. Rhea, wise and gentle, showed us the power of love and cleverness. Her courage to protect her children, even in the darkest times, brought hope and light to the world. And from this struggle between old and new, between fear and hope, the gods of Olympus rose to guide the earth with fairness and courage. Remember, my dear friends, that even when times seem difficult, and those in power seem unyielding, there is always room for bravery, for cleverness, and for change. The old order may fall, but from its ashes, a new world can grow, one where wisdom and courage lead the way. I hope you enjoyed this story about the birth of the Titans, Cronus, Rhea, and the dawn of Greek mythology. The lesson we learned today is that true strength comes not from fear or control, but from love, courage, and wisdom. Remember to carry this wisdom with you, and be courageous and clever every day. Join me again soon for more tales from the Greek legends. Till I see you again, farewell, my dear friends.